Can you imagine how much better and more hopeful the typical novel would be like if we enjoyed the monetary and institutional benefits of a citizen's dividend? A recent, darkly humorous exchange on social media went as follows. "When I'm in the suburbs for too long, I start to think about dying." To which another person responded, 10,000 dissertations, all called the American novel since 1945, reduced to a single sentence. Humor and truth are often intertwined. The darkest jokes can often contain the most profound truths. In this case, it's how much the geography of suburbia has influenced the American psyche. You'd be hard-pressed to find a genuinely positive depiction of the American suburb in fiction, whether it's in film, literature, or music. For one, suburban architecture tends to be monotonous. Compare a dozen different suburbs in a dozen different areas, and you'll have a hard time listing any meaningful visual differences. Also, their low density and long distance from social spaces means more difficulty in creating face-to-face interactions. Here's another joke about the suburbs. It defined suburbia as the kind of place where disgruntled teens go on killing sprees with hopes that prison will at least be more interesting. And again, this joke contains great truth. It even has scientific support. We find that living in dense inner-city areas did not carry the highest depression risks. Rather, after adjusting for socioeconomic factors, the highest risk was among sprawling suburbs. This was from a study published in 2023 from researchers at Yale University in the USA and Aarhus University in Denmark. As a solution, the study suggested that spatial land use planning should prioritize securing access to open space in densely built areas to mitigate depression risks. Such a form of urban planning is possible when rent extraction of land value is carried out. After all, having economic rent extracted from unimproved land would encourage this kind of city planning. You can't just have big single-use homes loosely spaced around one another. You can't have supermarkets with parking spaces, often twice as bigger as the supermarkets themselves. What you would have instead are more mixed-use, dense cities. Homes would share spaces with social centers and stores. Cities would be more walkable as one positive side effect. You wouldn't have dreary concrete jungles either. What we would get instead are the very same types of walkable people-centric cities that film, literature, and music have often romanticized about for decades. These urban designs would in turn affect future works of art. It would create a new imagination that would allow artists to have more hopeful visions of society. A citizen's dividend isn't just a type of universal basic income. Its implications go far beyond just giving you a yearly paycheck. It affects so much else in society by simply being in effect.